Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. In this video we are not going to go through all of Hell difficulty. The primary reason is because it's reasonably easy for me to do. As you can see, using a very basic setup here and win in 1 or 2 turns, which although might be entertaining to watch, it can probably cause frustration if somebody's not able to get through that particular stage or whatever, and I just breeze through it and tell you to, just get good into like effectively. That is what I would be doing at this point. But as you can see, not doing altogether too much damage at the moment, but that will pump up, and again we will be able to complete this relatively quickly once we start getting our corrode buffs and our burn buffs and all of that, stolen enemies and attack downs, and as you can see, yeah, it's not going to be too difficult for me to go ahead and beat these bosses. So let's see, actually, yeah, round 2. So round 2 for this one, and then for this team, round 2 again. So it's relatively easy for me to pass through, which is why I don't think it'd be very helpful if I did. I've got videos out already on what teams you should be running, what teams you should be aiming for, what teams that I think are best in this particular environment, and they're still all relative to today. I released one last season, and plenty of people watched it, but again, it's more to do with the teams that you should be running. So what I'm going to do in this video, I'm going to get to Hell 25, I'm going to get to Hell 50, Hell 75, and Hell 100. We're going to do each of those and look at the different tactics behind what you should be doing in order to beat those bosses, and then we'll call it a video. So yeah, bear with me. There we go. Yeah, so I'll get to Hell 25. We'll jump in. Thanks. Okay, so I've just beaten Hell 24 using the exact same teams as I had set up. And what we are going to do is we're just going to build some teams in order to go ahead and counter these bosses. Now, the first boss, Hatred Troll, it's got a very easy counter, one that's obtainable for everybody, despite how much you might play the game. It really is obtainable for just about everybody. And then we also have the Phantom Queen as well. So the Phantom Queen is a bit more difficult. You have to build a couple of strategies around in order to take these boss mercenaries down, but still relatively easy. So bear with me. Just going to build some teams and we'll jump straight into it. Okay, so the first team that I'm going to show off is the Mystifiers. This is for the Hatred Troll. So really, the only units that you need, I'm going to take the others out for now, but the only units that you need really are Gaia and Mulan. And what you do need to do as well, so let me go ahead and take the spear out. You do also need the counterattack horn. Now, I've been stressing about this for quite some time. Do I have it equipped already in the other team? I do, so there we go. The counterattack horn is the best way in order to beat this boss. After triggering dodge, retaliates with a basic attack against the attacker during battle, and then what we're going to do as well is increase dodge rate just to get those additional procs. And the reason that is important is because of the Rage Mushroom. So the Rage Mushroom attacks all enemies. When an enemy deals basic attack, it will lose 1% of its max HP. Bear with me 1 second. Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, when an enemy deals basic attack, it will lose 1% of its max HP. It is immune to all damage. So, what does this mean? It just means that, effectively, these Rage Mushrooms cannot be killed unless you hit them with enough basic attacks. Now, in order to proc that, we do have the counterattack horn. So, after triggering a dodge, retaliates with a basic attack against the attacker during battle. I'm just filling out the rest of the team with the strongest Mystifiers that I do have, just in order to power through. But again, you don't really need this type of build. You can go with a quick build, so you can click on clear records, and just make sure that you do have the counterattack horn in there. The reason that I think that you need Gaia and Mulan on the team specifically is because they are readily available in the Oracle shop, as is Tsukiyomi, to be fair. And you just fill out the team with 2 other Mystifiers or a Dahlia or whatever. Dahlia Atrops if you're not getting the damage in. But Mulan will do the majority of the damage, and Gaia will do the majority of the buffing on the team as well. So Mulan, just in case you are not aware, when you get her up to 7 stars, I believe, let me just double check this. When you get her up to 7 stars, she applies Burn, which not only does percentage-based damage against this boss, which is very powerful, but she can also then, so it is just the 6-star passive. Whenever she takes damage, each enhancement, blah, blah, blah. Whenever an ally triggers a follow-up attack, Mulan channels the power of her Dragon Soul to make a basic attack against a basic attack follow-up against the target. So effectively, Mulan will double the number of basic attacks that you do. Typically anyway, she will double the number of basic attacks that you do, which will clear these rage mushrooms much faster and allow for the rest of your units to jump into the hatred troll. There are several other ways as well in order to go about beating it. As you can see here, a couple of the different team builds that my fellow players have got going on. You've got Elma, you've got Leviathan, Victoria, Behemoth, Pandora, Pandora again, Pandora again, Pandora again, Elisha this time with Tsukiyomi and Eudora. Again, there are several different ways. Even this one, you've got Astrid, what do you call it, Lancelot, Catherine, and what do you call her, Emily. Just so that she does effectively you apply all of that corrode and do as much damage to this boss as possible. Now, something else to note about this boss: when this rage mushroom goes down, the hatred troll will lose 40% of his HP. So you only actually need to do you only need to do 20% of this boss's HP in order for you to do it properly, or to take this boss down. So just keep that in mind. But for now, we'll use this Mystifiers team. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll find out. Next, I will jump into the next boss. So this next boss is a bit of a doozy, and the easiest way, I promise you, the easiest way is to cheese this with Leviathan. Leviathan has been available in the Oracle shop since, is it last season or the season before? Nearly 2 seasons worth of Leviathan, so should be able to get her up to that 8-star mark at the moment. She is so strong in these events. The reason for that is because these Stellar Guardians, immune to all damage, but performing a basic attack deducts 1 HP, and also gives damage reduction. We want that damage reduction off as quickly as possible, and the best way of doing that is to take these Guardians down. Now, something that the game doesn't tell you, and on Leviathan's kit it doesn't tell you either, but what will happen is when Leviathan reflects an attack directly back to the attacker, so we'll just check that out now. So Leviathan here, when Leviathan is deployed, increases allies' reflect rate and max HP. But at level 7, when Leviathan is alive, there is a 50% chance that enemy heroes' active skills will redirect their target to themselves, which means that this boss here, or these minions here, will redirect the target for their attack to themselves. Now, the difference is when you attack them, they do no damage. When they attack themselves, they take themselves straight out. These guys only have like 5 or 6 HP, and they're doing sort of 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, up to 100 million attack or damage. So they're taking themselves out effectively. This Leviathan is the only unit that you need in order to beat this boss. Again, you might need other units surrounding Leviathan. I'm not going to try it with just Leviathan bare naked, but what I would suggest is that you just build a relatively coherent team around Leviathan, and she'll do the rest and allow you to get in. So let me go ahead and build those teams, and then we'll jump straight in. Just a quick one on this one: if you want your team to be invincible, you can use Elma in this spot. So as you can see, Elmer in slot 1 or slot 2, either way. And then what you need is the Undying Shield for the back row. So effectively, the back row will remain alive as long as Elmer is alive, and Elmer will remain alive as long as the back row is alive. So this team physically cannot die. There is one other way as well to proc this combo, but it does require a newer unit which is not out in the shop at the moment. So we'll take Elmer out and we will go ahead and pop Ra in. But what this means is that you can you can change the formation of your team by having Ra on the back row instead. So let me just show you what I mean by this. So Ra protects allies by taking damage in their place, restoring 50% HP and 2 stacks of Holy Shield each round. So Ra will take all of the damage that the front row get, and in combination with the Undying Shield, keeps backline allies alive and above 30% HP. It's very important because above 30% HP means that Ra will always take damage for allies effectively. So when Ra's HP drops below 25%, the protection effect no longer triggers. It's more of a protection effect for Ra than anything else to keep her alive, but it just means that Ra will never ever get below that 30% HP, which means the rest of our team here will never go down. And this is a slight upgrade to the Elmer combo, given that you can use all of the units. So with Elmer on the team, let me just show you here. So if you can hear my washing machine in the background, but it is what it is. With Elmer on the front row, you also need to put Ophelia on the front row as well. And Ophelia does tend to go down very, very quickly if you have her in this position, especially at lower star levels. You only need Ophelia at 6 stars in order for her to do what she needs to do. But what the problem is, she will always go down. With Ra on the team, you can have Ophelia on this back row alongside Ra, and you can put your Dahlia to swap with Atrops on this front row. This front row will never go down. The back row, in turn, will never go down as well. So it's just a way to keep your team invincible, effectively. So let's jump in and let's see just how well we do in this particular event with the teams that we've built. So again, we've gone for all Mystifiers this time round. If you don't have Tiamat, you can use Lancelot in this position. If you don't have Bastet in this position, you can use Catherine. If you don't have Tsukiyomi, well, you should probably get a copy of Tsukiyomi because she is busted. So as you can see, we are doing 1 basic attack, and we have dodged a couple of basic attacks here. Now we're going to retaliate with 3 basic attacks against these guys. We take them straight down. We do 40% of the boss's HP, and the shield does go up. But guess what's going to take that shield down? The burn effect, the corrode effect, everything that we do is going to apply burn and corrode to this enemy, and it looks like Mulan to take this boss straight down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Might take you a bit longer, but the burn effect will get you there. I promise you that. Now, this team, again, realistically, we do have 3 Dooms on the team, in the form of Leviathan, Dahlia, and Ophelia as well. We are using a couple of Doom's relics, so we are going to get a couple of buff bonuses from that, but realistically we just need these guys to take themselves out. So as you can see, these guys are taking themselves out. This will leave the boss very vulnerable and remove that damage reduction as well. So lots of hits from the boss here. We have swapped now with Atrops and Dahlia, and as well going to do loads and loads of damage. Do we have... No, just the additional recovery. So yeah, as you can see, loads of damage to this boss. I think there is a cap, so just something to keep in mind. The reason that my Dahlia is going faster than Atrops at the moment, or the reason that Dahlia did her ultimate attack faster than Dahlia, is because of the dual mode. So the boss will attack Dahlia, Dahlia will attack the boss. And as you can see, we are popping off here. It is again, it's a very lovely build. I enjoy this team for PvE, especially PvP not so much. It's you don't have an Undying Shield in PvP. I wish, that'd be nice. But as you can see, doing this cap of 478 million, that will be 1% of the boss's HP. Again, Dahlia just popping off. It's just crazy how many attacks that we just did then. Yeah, mental. But Dahlia to do the most and Gaia to do the most on the other team. Yeah, it is what it is. So those are two teams that you can use to beat those bosses. There are several other builds. Test it out, see what you've got. And then, yeah, bear with me. I'm going to jump into Hell 50 and we'll take it from there. Okay, and we are back at Hell 50. There are two different types of boss mercenaries. We've already seen the Hatred Troll, so I'm going to use the exact same team against the Hatred Troll, just because, again, we've already seen it. But we'll have a look at the Firelink Priest, and again, my tip to everybody is get a copy of Leviathan. Leviathan will see you through all of these boss missions, every single one of them. It's just, yeah, she's absolutely phenomenal. But I'm just going to build a team for the Firelink Priest, and then we'll jump straight in. Okay, so I've built a basically completely different team for this, although the combination of Atrops and Dahlia on the front row with Ra on the back row will be sufficient enough. If you only have Elma yeah, if you only have Elma, then you can also stick Elma on the front row, have Ophelia on the front row, and we would look to, what do you call it as well? Just something I noticed. I'm going to change these two around and I'll explain why in a sec. Yeah, you can use variations on that team, absolutely fine. That will still see you through. What I'm going to try is try this without Leviathan on the team and just see how difficult it really is. I do have Eudora in this spot right here, but what you can do is take Eudora out, and you can also pop Pandora in here. Now, Pandora will attack the unit with the lowest life. Typically, that will be one of the minions until it's not. Until the minions have gone, then, again, you can... Pandora will only target the unit with the lowest HP, which will usually be this Firelink Guardian in slot 1 right here, until all of the Firelink Guardians go down, in which case the Firelink Priest will in turn do what we need to. But I am going to use Eudora in this spot just because I have a copy of her, and as well we get the 75% damage reduction. Now I'm also using Elwyn on this team. The reason that I'm using Elwyn is because of this. Bear with me. This one here. When Elwyn is on the battlefield, allies have 50% chance to gain Awaken and 1 stack of Sanctuary for 3 rounds after landing a critical hit. So we are going to be looking to get as many critical hits as possible. So again, if you don't have the relics here, so say for example you don't have the increase to crit damage, you don't have Kunasagi, and you don't have, well, you should probably have a copy of Demon Bane Whip, but if you don't, you could just use this combination instead. Something like that, or something like this, and then that way you get your crit rate up, and do as many crits as possible, triggering that Awaken, and getting as much damage in as possible. For now, I am going to use, where have you got to? We're going to use you. Nope, we're going to use Kunasagi, and we will use Demon Bane Whip as well. Now what you can do, so the relics that I've got in place at the moment, I've given 300% attack to Ethereals. I've gone with the, whenever you get a crit, you launch an additional strike, which is very important for us, and again, increasing crit rate is really, really vital in this particular team build. We've also got these Swift Wings as well, so we do get our chance to cast our ultimates again. And something else, some secret technology for Elwyn. Landing a critical hit has 10% chance to trigger Awaken. So we do want as many crits as possible, increase attack and defense by 150%, a 1 stack of Sanctuary for 3 rounds during the battle. Elwyn gains double the trigger chance. So effectively it's a 100% chance for Elwyn to proc that. I think that's the way it works. I think it's either you get a 100% chance or you get 250% chances, which is okay. It's all right. But the reason that I've popped Lamia in this back slot here is because Lamia will attack the unit directly opposite her. So if you are looking to take the boss out as quickly as possible, Lamia can do that as long as she's being hit. And when Lamia gets hit, she has that chance to proc Sanctuary. When she procs Sanctuary, When she is hit, she will perform her ultimate attack. So it can be a very effective tool in taking the boss down. A side note on that, you do probably require her runes to do that as well. So as you can see, I've got her runes at the moment. Lamia's ultimate skill damage increased by 150% each round. Yeah, based on Abyssal Breath releases up to a maximum of 10 times per round. So you can get 1500% additional attack for Lamia, or ultimate damage for Lamia. So the more that she procs, the better. So it's just something to keep in mind. So we'll jump in with this team. Again, the second team is the same because we know it is effective against the Hatred Troll. We don't need to see it again, but I'll skip through it, but you know how it works. You dodge the attacks, the minions go down, you do damage to the boss. You only need to do that 20%. Firelink Priest, again, is different in that. So as you can see, Lamia proccing already, and because we've put her in that middle spot, yeah, there we go. Because we've put her in that middle spot, she's now starting to do a lot more damage. So we get the crit, and we get another crit, and hence why we've procced all of this damage, which is why Lamia is a very effective unit in this particular spot here. We've just gone absolutely ham with the amount of ultimate attacks. So yeah, Lamia, as you can see, doing what she needs to. No crit that time, so we don't proc it again. We have now proc Sanctuary, though, for a lot of our units, and Eudora not necessarily required, as you can see, but does help increase max attack and max HP of all of our units, and starting to do that max of 2,414 damage as well. We've not even procced our relics yet. Kunasagi will help do the additional damage that we need to push this over the line. But again, Lamia, she's now proc Sanctuary a number of times, and he's just doing the business. So she'll keep going until, well, she'll keep going until she stops, which, again, it might be a while. But you've never seen Lamia do that many ultimate attacks in one go. But as you can see, Lamia was the one that took this boss out, and then on this one, we actually beat the boss in round 1 as well, with the help of Mulan. But yeah, Lamia to do the most in that one. A very key unit, and do not underestimate the power of her ultimate attacks. As we saw, we did multiple ultimate attacks over the course of the battle. So, let's jump into 75. Okay, so excuse me, we are at Hell 75, so let's see who the bosses are. We do have the Cursed Bride, and we do have the Phantom Queen as well. We've already been through the Phantom Queen, we know how to beat the Phantom Queen, and the Cursed Bride, I'm going to say, is exactly the same as the Hatred Troll. In the same cases, we use the same artifact in order to win. It's just a little bit more difficult with the Cursed Bride, and I'll go into that in a bit further. But let's jump in. Okay, so this time I've gone for one of the slowest teams in the entire game. It is the Avengers. Of course, they are very, very slow to build up. And we've got no boosting units or no support units in place at this time. So what I mean by that is currently we have no units which will provide an oath, like Atrops, like Cleo, like Hela, for example. Those units will boost the rest of your team up and cause you to win a lot faster. We don't have any of those units. I do have Wing Zhong in here, so Wing Zhong can be replaced by Althea, can be replaced by Aphrodite, can be replaced by any of the other Avengers, really. The reason that I've got him in here is because we do want to build up a little bit. And as well, we also have Isis on the team, who does allow us to build up. Now, what I need to do is just check something very quickly. So, Wing Zhong, 109. We have Isis at 113. Yeah, 113. We have Janna at what? What are you? You're 108. Narissa is a bit slower, 107. So in fact, I'm going to pop Isis in this front slot. The reason for that is just because of this relic right here. So we want our back row to do their ultimates as much as possible. Now, something that I have done as well, I have gone ahead and changed up the artifacts, because we have got a number of different units in here, mainly Avengers. So I've gone 300% attack for Avengers. Gone for the Splash Axe because we are going to be hitting quite a bit and we do want to transfer that damage over. Something else I have included on this team as well. So the count of passive effect triggered when a unit dies increases by 1. And of course the counter-attack horn, so we can get rid of all of these units a bit quicker. Now the difference between the Hatred Troll and this Toxic Spider, they lose health in the same way, so they'll still lose health when they perform a basic attack, except the Toxic Spider only attacks 1 unit, so we do only have that 1 dodge chance per unit, which is why, again, I've increased our dodge rate as much as possible. The reason that I've got Lachesis in there as well is to remove any debuffs from the enemy and also provide healing to help us build our Grace of Hunters as well. So let's see whether or not it works. I have gone for a pretty standard team on this first one. Again, we've seen that team before. We know what it does. We know how it wins. Wins in round 2. Easy enough. And now this team is going to be, again, it's going to be slightly different because we don't have any buffers. But every time we get hit, or every time an enemy attacks us, we will also get our increase in attack and HP. Whenever a unit dies, we will also get an increase in attack and HP. So as you can see, not going to do altogether too much right now to any of these units, even though Nerissa has popped off twice. It is what it is, but fortunately we should be able to start doing our basic attacks and hopefully cause the enemy to lose. Now the relics that I've gone for, I have gone for double flame banner, or an attempt at double flame banner anyway. Looks like it's not worked this time. I have also, yeah, we do get the increase in max HP and the increase in speed as well. No, not that it matters altogether too much against this particular enemy, but we do want that double proc of the flame banner. So at the moment I believe I've got something similar to 20 stacks of Holy Shield for my entire team, so there is that. And so this back row is going to perform their ultimate attacks right off the bat, and it looks like we've taken that Holy Shield out. Now these spiders will provide that Holy Shield to our enemy, but it is what it is. Now enemy has lost a fair chunk of her health, 40% exactly, so we need to do as much damage to this boss while she is vulnerable as we can, and Nerissa looks like she's doing all of that. It is all about just removing the stacks of Holy Shield, removing the spiders from the enemy battlefield, and taking it from there and doing as much damage to the boss as you possibly can. So that is it for 75. Let's move on to Hell 100. In fact, 27 minutes. No. What I'm going to do a separate video. No, I won't. No, well, I'm just joking. Right, I will jump into it. I'll be back for Hell 100. There we go. So, beat Hell 99, Lachesis windscreen, thick thighs for the win. Right, okay, so we're going to jump into Hell 100. We do have the Nightmare Oracle and the Firelink Priest as well. Now, the Nightmare Oracle is different to all of the bosses that we've seen before. The minions on him lose 1 HP when performing a basic attack, and increase the boss's damage reduction by 15% when deployed on the battlefield, and applies 3 stacks of Holy Shield on the boss per round. Once the Magic Vine dies, all of the boss's Holy Shields will be dispelled. Not the damage reduction though. The boss will still retain that 60% damage reduction. So just something to keep in mind. And again, I'll build some teams around it. And we've already seen the Firelink Priest, and we know how to beat him. It is using Leviathan. So bear with me. Just going to build some teams and we'll jump straight in. Okay, before I start team building, there is a unit that I do want to point out, and this unit is exceptionally good against the Nightmare Oracle, or for that matter, any boss who uses Holy Shields. And it is one of the latest units to be released. That is last season. This was Odin, Chief God, or Spear of Asgard, whatever you want to call her. She is fantastic, phenomenal, exceptional, exquisite, whatever you want to say. And the reason for that is because of this Wisdom's Eye passive as well. Odin has a 100% chance to prevent enemies from gaining the Holy Shield effect, which means that this boss will not be able to gain any stacks of Holy Shield despite what it says in the text. So here, each one of these will apply 3 stacks of Holy Shield. That's 12 stacks of Holy Shield per round that you can use Odin to prevent that. So when Odin is deployed, you won't be able to put any stacks of Holy Shield on this Nightmare Oracle. Bear with me one sec. Sorry about that. Now, I won't be using Odin. I really want to. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit myself to not using Odin until she is out in the Oracle shop. That will be next season. And I believe that she will be the last unit to be released next season. So it's still going to be 2.5 months away. There or thereabouts, I think, until Odin is put into the Oracle shop. I won't be using her until we can get her to that point, or until she effectively becomes free to play. In the meantime, I'm going to show you a couple of different teams which will really pop off with against the Nightmare Oracle. Okay, so this is not a team build. Do not attempt this team. It may win, to be fair. It may win. But what I wanted to discuss is each one of these individual units and just advise as to why I think personally these are the units that you need in order to pass through. So first things first, Lachesis. Well, tell you what, we'll go in order that they're in. So Audrey. Audrey is a very powerful unit in that she steals Holy Shields. Now, I don't know whether or not she can steal this boss's Holy Shield, but it is what it is. So if we have a look at her, yes, her first passive, Audrey deals 100. No, these are her ultimate attacks and her active skill as well. So her ultimate attack has a 100% chance to seize all types of shield and holy shield effects. So every time Audrey is attacking this boss, she will hopefully be able to remove all of those stacks of holy shield, allowing for your other units to get in, and the same is true for her active skill. Now again, I don't know whether or not she does steal holy shield when she attacks this Nightmare Oracle. I've been wrong before with these things, because sometimes it says cannot be stolen or holy shields cannot be stolen, something along those lines, but normally the game would tell you if they cannot be stolen. So just one thing to consider. Now the next unit in the lineup is Lachesis. I've used her throughout the entirety of this Hell run. She is really powerful, and it is primarily because of this ultimate attack. So Lachesis uses the power of Goddess to heal an ally unit with the lowest HP, providing healing, blah blah blah, we don't care about that, and has a 100% base chance to dispel all buffs from all enemies. That means 1 in every 3 rounds Lachesis will perform her ultimate and remove all stacks of Holy Shield. Not only that, she is one of the fastest units in the game. So if we have a look at her speed, 126, that is one of the highest base speed stats in the game, which means Lachesis is going to go before all of the other units on your team, and it will allow for your entire team to do damage to the Nightmare Oracle because there are no holy shields there. Now, there is a caveat to that. These magic vines will restore the holy shield to the Nightmare Oracle on the following round. Lachesis will not be able to use her active skill to remove those. It is only on ultimate. So if there's a way for Lachesis to perform her ultimate multiple times over multiple rounds, then you're in luck. But as far as I'm aware, there's not. The next unit I want to point out is Leviathan. I have gone through Leviathan. I think she is the best PvE unit in the game against these bosses specifically. So against the Rift Odyssey bosses, I think she is the best unit in the game, full stop. And it's because each of these magic vines, whenever they attack, they will do damage to themselves and take themselves out, like we've seen previously. I am using Leviathan on the other team though, so we do need to find another way around this Nightmare Oracle. And for that, let me just jump into this other team. And for that, I would suggest using Gaia and Mulan. Now, the reason that I suggest using Gaia and Mulan and a variant of the Mistfire's team is because of the amount of hits that happen or that occur. Effectively, the way that the corrode stack works, you get a corrode stack limit of 10. And then once you've got the corrode stack limit of 10, the Nightmare Oracle will receive 10 hits at the start of every round. That can be pumped up with various different effects, and I am going to build a Mistfire's team to show this off, but it can be pumped up with various different effects. The corrode stack limit can be increased up to, I think, a max of 1, 2, 35, I believe it is, the max corrode stack limit. So this boss could be getting hit 35 times, more than enough to take out the Holy Shield and start to do some damage as well. And that is not including what Tiamat can do as well. So Tiamat, I'll go into it when I do the full team build, but these are the the 4 units that I think you can use in order to beat Nightmare Oracle. And for you to be able to power through those holy shields, especially in the earlier turns. So I'm just going to pause, build a team, and we'll jump in. Okay, so this is the team that I'm going to attempt to use. What I said before about increasing the corrode stack limit is going to be really, really important. And the reason that I say that is primarily because we need to take or do as many hits as possible, and each corrode stack is 1 hit on this boss. Which is why we can remove those holy shield stacks very easily. Something else to keep in mind, there is a new unit, Tiamat. She does get released at the end of this season, which is why I feel comfortable putting her in here. She is going to be released into the general public. She does require you to get her up to this level. The non-crit damage, really important, and as well, there we go, yeah. So reducing the attack of all enemies by 200% each round, stacking up to 10 times. Additionally, increases the corrode stack by 10 for all allies. If you do get her exclusive runes as well, when Tiamat receives healing, 100% of the amount additionally heals all allies. Sorry, my apologies. Not her rune skill. It is the Oath Force. So you do need her up to 8 stars in order for this to proc. But when Tiamat is deployed, the effects that increase corrode stack limit for all allies are enhanced by an additional 30%, which means that if you increase the corrode stack limit by 10, for example, then you will increase it by 13. If you increase the corrode stack limit by 20, for example, that will go up to 26. And you get the point. So what you can do is you can build a team all around that. So you take out Mulan, you take out Lancelot, and instead you would pop in Dullahan and you would pop in Emily as well to get the highest level of corrode stack limit. And what I mean by this is Dullahan increase it by 5 and therefore by 6, I believe, or 7, but 6, I think. Emily increase it by 5 naturally through her passive as well. So that is a total of 12 corrode stack limit plus the 20 plus the 10, or technically 13 that Tiamat gives herself, is putting you up to sort of 40. Now there is a new unit as well this season, just released. I won't be using her, but part of her passive, I believe it's her Oath Force. So when she summons this divine bird and cat, when they remain on the battlefield, the corrode stack limit is increased by 5 for all allies. So yeah, again, another way of doing that, another way of increasing the corrode stack limit is through Bastet. But again, we won't be using Bastet. It's just one of the many ways of increasing the corrode stack limit. I will be using Lancelot. The reason that I'm using Lancelot is because he increases corrode damage by 200%. And the reason that I'm going to use Mulan is because of the burn effect that we get. So the burn effect, I'm going to change you around. The burn effect that we get from Mulan is percentage based. So it doesn't infringe on the cap that the enemy has of that damage reduction. Because it is percentage based, it will just do the percent that it is supposed to. Now, I'm just going to pause and we'll jump straight in. Sorry about that, just had to get a cup of coffee. So we will see whether or not this team prevails. If we don't, I'll go ahead and build another team and I will eat my hat in shame. As you can see, not wearing one, so feel very confident. And then we'll see. Same team as before with the previous one. We just need to take out the Firelink priests as well, or the Firelink guardians, and then the priest is fair game. So we are using 2 of the units that I recommended. Again, not sure if Audrey can steal Holy Shield, but if she can, she's a very viable option. Lachesis, again, the least of our worries, specifically because of the well, not the least of our worries, but we'll only do it once every 3 rounds, remove these Holy Shield effects, and by that point, as you can see, these minions will have probably gone down. So it is what it is. Now, we are applying plenty of burn, plenty of corrode, not to this boss though. So if we have a look at the boss only has 9 stacks of corrode, which is not going to be good enough to remove the 12 stacks of holy shield that this boss gets. And following on from that as well, we do have the boss will gain another 12 stacks of holy shield, so we need to be consistently applying stacks to this boss. Unfortunately, we missed this time on a number of hits that we could have done, and they've all gone to this front row effectively. What I have done to up our chances, I have included the counterattack horn and the increased dodge rate. So yeah, bit of hair. Nasty. So the way that works is the counterattack horn. As you can see, the boss has performed an attack. Okay, so the boss has performed an attack on us. When the boss performed an attack, all of our units then, or all of the units that dodged, will attack the boss directly. They will then apply additional corrode. They will apply additional corrode, apply additional burn damage, which in turn procs or removes the holy shield and then does damage equal to that. Again, it is percentage based, so it gets around the damage reduction effect of the minions. So as you can see, taking out these minions relatively quickly. There we go. So in round 1, done enough. I think this boss has a hard cap on how much damage you can actually do to him, but we'll see. We'll see. Dahlia here only doing very minimal damage. As you can see, the damage cap for this boss is quite low, but should be absolutely fine. We will see. Yep, so this is the dual function. Dahlia is actually only attacking this Firelink Priest. The Firelink Priest cannot attack back. Ra offers that dual function. Then we move into Atrop's attack, and as you can see, doing considerably more damage than we have done before. But again, we have seen this happen over and over and over again. We know how this works. Dahlia just popping off, of course, and doing as many attacks as she possibly can. The reason that she's doing that many attacks, by the way, is because of these. So we do have the allies launch 1 additional strike and perform their ultimate a second time if their speed is high enough. So as you can see, Ophelia here should do 3 ultimate attacks. So this will be the third one, and that will be procced by the Soul Binding Lance as well. Now we get Dahlia again. I don't know why Dahlia is proccing here, if I'm honest. I really don't. Maybe she dodged an attack, something like that. But we do get the 3 ultimates from Dahlia, which is not bad. We get Ra to do what she needs to do as well. 500 million, that's okay. Do we get the triple from Ra? Yes, we do. So that is very good. Yeah, and we get a quadruple from Ra. That is really good, actually. Yeah, I guess because we've got the ultimate attack, then the ultimate attack again, then we get the crit, and then we also proc the wings as well. So not bad. Again, I think the max cap for this boss is around 400 million damage cap, so that's how much you can do in any given sitting. However, I think we should be absolutely fine here doing... maybe not. Maybe Ophelia is just going to take the cake here. Spot on. And it looks like she has done the most. So that is it from me. We have completed Hell difficulty. It's taken nearly an hour to do so. But it is what it is. On that bombshell, I am going to end the video. Thanks very much for watching. I do hope it's been informative. And I'll catch you in the next one.